Happy Friday, you guys. I hope I don't look crooked. Always trying to finagle with this freaking camera. It's so weird. I got a new background and I wanted to, let me go this way. I wanted to try it out, see what you guys think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep this for like, you know, as my background, as my new background. But I figured I wanted to see what it looks like before I go invest money and buy a background, like a real background. There's like a bunch of them on Amazon. So let me know what you guys think. By the way, thank you so much for all the new friend requests. I have no idea what just happened, but in the last 24 hours, 150 of you had requested me after I went live 2 days ago. So maybe something's working. That's awesome. So for those of you who don't know me, do me a favor. Drop your name in the comments below just so I know who you are. Let me know where you're from so that way we can get to know each other a little better. Anywho, I just wanted to jump on and chat. I'm so relieved that I chose to start a YouTube channel. In order to start a YouTube channel, I've been taking a YouTube course. You have to record 4 videos and post them at the same time. So I've already recorded one on my own, one with you, and I have to record 2 more before I upload them all on Wednesday. So, and of course, you have to do Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Pinterest and, oh my God, that scared me. And Snapchat and LinkedIn. It's just too many freaking platforms. And coming up with content is so difficult. And I'd like to, first of all, high five everybody who does multi-level marketing. You guys are awesome. But I gotta tell you, I have been doing Beachbody for the last year. And I loved it. I obviously got a lot of results. And I still drink the shakes. And I love my diet. But I gotta tell you, it is a very difficult job. So high five to those of you who are sticking through it. I am not quitting. I'm just going to keep doing what I want to do. I just feel like it's really difficult for me to constantly talk about it, to constantly make new conversations with people. That is really, really difficult because I wear 50 hats. I am not like this one thing. I am, first of all, my main business is a Hangomatic. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is a 6-foot tape measure that levels, measures, and marks the wall at the same time. So that's my number one priority, besides my children. That doesn't count. They are obviously my number one priority. Okay? So I had an assistant who was helping us with Hangomatic. She's in California, and she was helping us a lot. She took so much weight off our shoulders that I was able to like do more Beachbody and invite people and message people and start conversations with new people and do the whole thing with multi-level marketing, network marketing needs you to do. But then she quit and I have to go back and do my job, right? And then I have kids and so I had to get my priorities straight of what I'm going to talk about. So, and then the other thing is really difficult, for those of you who don't know about network marketing, you constantly have to come up with content. For example, if you're a network marketer who does makeup, you're going to be doing videos of makeup. If, like, for example, with me, Beachbody, you were seeing me working out, and I still work out, I just haven't done it on camera, right? The other thing they do is they invite people. So I was messaging new people because you constantly have to get fresh blood. And so it was taking a lot of my time on that. And so once I had to kind of like get back to like my Hangomatic roots, it got a little bit difficult to do that. It got a little bit difficult to record myself when I'm working out. I'm a one-man show. I don't have a camera crew, right? I go to the gym. Sometimes I work out at home, but now I'm deep into my bikini prep, which is my competition is October 5th. And now I'm at the gym because there's certain machines I have to use in order to build certain body parts for when I go on stage in a bikini for these people to judge my body. I don't know why I'm doing it. Well, I do because I have kidney disease and it keeps me going. And it's something I've never done before. Check it off my bucket list. Anyway, so I'm really excited that I just can come on here and talk, right? Just realized the one thing I'm really good at, and I don't have to think about it, I don't have to create, I don't have to wonder, what am I going to say, what am I going to do, what am I going to show you today? I am really good at talking. And so I can come on here and talk about my life, because trust me, my life is full of drama with all that's going on. The other thing I was hearing a lot, is that I am not, hey, Caitlin, how are you? I am not relatable. Fine. I'm not relatable to the stay-at-home mom who cooks and cleans and wants to work out at home and all these things that I'm not showing you that I actually am, right? And what I realized is I'm never going to be that cookie cutter person because I just have a lot going on. And to be honest with you, I was born in USSR. I was born in a communist country. And today I wanted to tell you what it was like for me as a 10-year-old girl. Oh my God, I have spiders. What is going on here? Someone's going to clean this basement. I already killed one bug. Oh my God. Spiders. So I came to America, immigrated from Latvia, also known as Riga. And I left USSR. It was a communist country. December 18 of 1988. I was 10 years old, and we traveled from Latvia to St. Petersburg by train, and then we got on an airplane and had to fly to Austria. Well, before we left Russia, it wasn't like you just buy a plane ticket like you do in America and you get on the plane, right? We were immigrating from Russia. Hi, Vital. Oh, you'd love this story. I'm talking about how we immigrated from Russia to America. So even though we bought a plane ticket and we weren't just like leaving with one suitcase, right? My parents wanted to bring gold. My parents wanted to bring whatever. I mean, like their whole house. They really wanted to bring their entire little apartment, but it couldn't bring the entire apartment. So they wanted to bring the most important things. Like my mom packed every single photo album that her great 50 million people back, pictures, right? All the photo albums, clothes, books, music, toys, soap. My mom packed soap. And most importantly, my mom wanted to bring gold. Obviously, her parents had gold. And again, dating back to however long, even like, she brought forks and knives, okay? Anyway, so when we were coming to America, we had a lot of stuff on us. And when we got to the airport, the weight limit was a certain amount, and the weight that we had was way more than what we were allowed to bring. So the security ended up pulling us to the side, and they stopped the entire onboarding process because our luggage was too heavy. And you have to understand, this was 1988. This is not America. This is a communist country. This is Russia. So it's not like the security here in America when you go to the airport and you drop off your bag and they take it and they scan it and you go. No, it wasn't like that. I don't think they even had scanners, okay, back then. And I don't think they even had scanners in Russia. They went through our bags. And when they went through our bags, guess what they found? Gold. They found gold, and what do you think they did? They took it. The security at the airport took my parents' gold. But luckily, the family members of like my grandparents, they were able to come and like see us off. And again, it's not like America when when your family drops you off the airport and you just go in by yourself. My grandma was able to be like near, like almost at the gate. There was just like this barricade between us and her. So we were able to see her. She was able to see us. We were able to walk over to her and touch her. She was just behind this barricade. She could have went under if she wanted to, or whatever. Anyway, so we had to leave the gold in the United States. We had to leave the gold in Russia. And from what I learned as I got older, my sister told me, and Faye, chime in on this later when you watch the video, Russia did not want people to take gold out of America, right? And if you got any comments to say about that, please do, in case I'm giving wrong information. But that's what I recall my sister sharing with me. Because my mom died, I was 34 years old, and we never really talked about that. And my dad died when I was 24 years old, so I was really young to have these conversations. Plus, I moved out when I was 23. So, and then, like, you were so immature at 23, I never even bothered to really ask any questions back then. And I didn't have a very good relationship with my mom. So, if only what I knew today, now I would have probably made things differently back then. But anyway, so they weren't allowed to take the gold out of the country, and so we had to give the gold to my grandmother. After that, they thought that wasn't enough because my parents had tons of little hand soap in the suitcase. Not just that. They thought we had way too much stuff, so they wanted us to unload some of our suitcases. My mom didn't want to unload the suitcases, so what she had us do is put on as many sweaters, jackets, pants, and hats as we can possibly put on our body. So I was probably 80 pounds when I was 10 years old, and I must have been wearing 20 pounds of clothes. That's anyway what it felt like. And in every single pocket of my pants was soap. So when the security saw that my sister and I were decked out in all this clothes, and so were my parents, they took us away from each other, put us in like an office, and stripped us. My mom and I were together because I was underage, and my sister was by herself, and my dad was by himself. And I had this personality even when I was 10 years old, and I was really aggressive even back then because it was really difficult to grow up in Russia. And so when they were taking our clothes off, I started screaming at the security that, I don't remember exactly what I said now, but I started screaming at the airport, at security, that how dare they, like, undress us. They literally wanted to undress us to underwear because they were looking for gold. Meanwhile, we had already given the gold to my grandmother, so we didn't have any gold on us. All we had was soap. And the reason we had all this soap is because my mom was a hustler. And she made, I have a picture of it, I'll have to post it one of these days. And she made my sister and I and her make these little baskets from soap. So if you know what hand soap looks like, the soap had little pins on top, like needles, and there was pins on the bottom. So there was pins all around. So that way the soap is being suspended by these pins. And then we would put a ribbon around these. We would weave the ribbon around through these pins. So it would make like a really pretty soap gift. And obviously soap smells nicely. And so it would, you put it in the bathroom and now you have a nice smelling room. So that's why we had all that soap. So she didn't want to give up the soap. It was kind of like dial soap. Anyway, so after I made a huge fiasco about getting undressed, luckily they stopped us and we were able to get dressed again. And finally we went through security again, and it was just a whole ordeal. But because the security was so, I don't want to say bad, but because they were really strict, but because my grandmother was still there, after we went through all this, my dad was able to go back to my grandma and take back whatever it is that he had given her in the first place. So it's kind of nice that even though there was so much drama, we still got away with what we wanted to. Anyway, so we went from Riga, Latvia to St. Petersburg. After St. Petersburg, we finally got on this plane and we went to Austria. And we were in Austria for 10 days. Did my parents know where they were going? Absolutely not. They paid like an immigration company to immigrate us to America. And so we had to follow these people. And so we went from St. Petersburg to Austria. Once we were in Austria, we got off the plane and it's like, see ya. Bye-bye. You don't know where you're going to go. So then I'm sure my parents had to figure out where they were going to live for the next 10 days. And so we found some apartment. No idea how. I don't remember. All I remember from the Austria trip is that the place we lived, there was a really big dog, and we constantly took a train to go see places while we were there visiting. And all I remember is the train announcement, Einstein zu gewinnen, bay. I am 41 years old, and I still remember that announcement from the train. This is hysterical. And so we were there for 10 days. Then somebody somehow contacted my parents and let them know that our stay here is ended, and now we're moving on to Italy. And so we went from Austria to Italy. And then in Italy is where we needed to have the soap. Who's that? Oh, hi. Hi, Alexis. And so once we got to Italy, we had the soap and we had the ribbon and we also had those pins. And so my mom, my sister, and I worked and made these little gift things out of soap. And then we went to some carnival on the street, and it was kind of like a trade show, except it wasn't, because it was on the street and it was in Italy in January. It was January now, 1989. And there was just, it's kind of like a flea market, except I don't remember anyone having a table. Or maybe other people who lived in Italy had a table, but we obviously did not have a table. We just had to walk around, did not speak a word of Italian. All we spoke was Russian. And my sister and I would just walk up to strangers and ask them to buy this thing. And all I remember is we just kept saying, quanto costa, quanto costa, quanto costa. And like showing a number on our fingers, trying to get money while we were staying in Italy, because we didn't have any money while we were immigrating from Russia. And I remember I made some friends. I ended up learning Italian because I was so young. It was really easy for me to pick it up. I still have a teddy bear that these friends gave me. It's this little pink teddy bear. It's really cute. I'm hiding it so the kids can't touch it, because now this little teddy bear is 30 years old, right? And then, so we were in Italy for about 2 months. And then again, the same company we were immigrating with told us we can now leave Italy, and move on to America. And so after that, we left Italy, got in a plane, and landed in JFK. And my mom's uncle picked us up, and then the rest is history. But the rest of the journey is quite interesting too. I can keep you on here, guys, for an hour, so I definitely don't want to do that. But I just wanted to give you a little tidbit of where I come from and why I may have the personality that I do, why I may not be relatable to other people. And you know what? That's okay. Some people will hate me, some people will love me, but I am who I am, and I'm not going to change myself. I'm not going to post in a way to be more relatable to other people. It's very, very challenging and difficult. And so the best thing for myself and my family and for me to move forward, because I love being out there and I love posting content and I love giving you some value of things that I have learned, is just be myself and share my life with you and share my struggles and share my day-to-day. And this way I can talk about my also my real business, because at the end of the day, we all have to do what's best for our family, right? And so this is what's best for mine. Hey, Irene, I messaged you yesterday because I was freaking out about my tooth, but I feel better now, so I'm all good. Anyway, thanks again for joining me. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment below, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Happy Friday. Have a glass of wine tonight, And I will see you guys next week. I'm going to post, I need to do one more video before I create my YouTube channel. So this is exciting. So let me know what you think of this background. It might be too gray or maybe too busy. By the way, I got a new shirt. Let me just show off here a little bit because this is my new favorite shirt. I feel like I'm in jail, but I just really love how it shows my muscles because like my shoulders. I don't know. Can you see? Can you see? I don't know. I've been working out so hard, and I started cutting my calories because the competition is October 5th, so I'm 15 weeks out. I can't believe it, and so I got so excited when I saw the shirt. But Irene, you laugh. Had my mom been with me in the store, she would tell me it's a trapka. So it's kind of hard for me to commit to it. Anyway, I gotta run. Now my kids are ready to get picked up and calling. Bye. Kisses. Thanks again for watching. Happy Friday.